Festus, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Who's left? Please turn on your camera. Kindly turn on your camera. Ngam Chidema, yes. Who else again? Patrick. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for turning on your camera. It's nice to see your lovely faces again. Okay, so I was talking about the classroom, right? So who has not turned in their assignments from last week? I'm more particular about last week because I mean we still have today, tomorrow to round off with two assessments. So who has not turned in their assignments yet? So if you have turned in your assignments, can you give me a thumbs up? Nam, did you have assignments? Alice. Okay, Alice, well done. Emmanuel, well done. Is it just Alice and Emmanuel? Abisola, you've turned, yeah, I know you've turned in your assignment. Ngam Chidima, Ame, Emmanuel. How about you guys? So is there any challenge around that assignment for anybody? Do you think we need to revisit the assignments? If you do, please give me a thumbs up.
Pardon?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi, Emmanuel. Can you hear me? Hi, Emmanuel. I think
Yes, hi. I can hear you. You said?
Okay. Yes, I was asking you if you've turned in your assignment for last week.
Okay, I joined this Monday and I've been going through the past classes. So I've not done any assignment yet. I just did the week 1 class offline and then I'm on week 2 class now.
Okay, so for the week 1 class, there's an MCQ. Are you
Yeah,
done
there's
with
an
the MCQ?
MCQ. I answered only out of 16 questions, I answered 6. I have not finished, but I will complete it before the end of business.
Okay, well, it's something you can finish at a go.
Yes,
So,
but I've been very, very busy. That's not an excuse too.
all right. So hopefully by the end of today, you'll be done with it.
All right, thank
Perfect.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right then. So I think we're going to go straight into the business of today since we are on track with our assignments and no one is having any issues with it. So, okay. So I'd like to share my screen now. Give me a moment. Okay, so let's share this document. So can everyone see my screen? Please give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so if you notice, yeah, this was our table of last week. This is where we stopped last week. We're able to format this table, add some colors to the header, give it, make it bold. We did some conditional formatting with the gender column. We populated the patient ID using flash fill, right? We also um, We also formatted the dates column. We also applied conditional formatting to the outcome column. Yes, that was pretty much what we did. Then we also added borders to the table. So, and then we talked about functions, rather formulas. Yes, we talked about the addition, subtraction, division, um, um, square roots. Yes. So, can someone tell me? I want to get an answer from someone. Can someone tell me how to calculate square roots in Google Sheets? Can you type it? Okay, I want everyone to type it on the comments section. Quickly, 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 quickly. I've not seen any answer yet. Okay. SQTS. Is that correct? Is it SQTS or SQRS? Okay. SQRT. Who else again? SQRT, SQRT.
SQRT. How do I type? I don't know how to use this thing.
What did you say?
I don't know how to type like option for typing, but it's SQRT. Sha.
Okay, so you need to learn that. It's part of the
Okay.
join the class.
SQRT. Then
It's
the
part,
number is in square. Then the number in a bracket.
yes, yes. But then you need to learn how to use the comment section. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you went through our recordings for how to use Google Meet, right, you should be good with that. So try to go through that video. Okay.
Okay, I think I've seen it.
And how about um, how about if you want to multiply something, what would you do? What's the formula like if you want to do multiplication?
If you
Let's say
want
you
to,
want to do two times 4 on Google Sheets. What would it be? Two times 4. That's 2 multiplied by 4. Okay, equal to 2 asterisk 4. Correct. So yeah, I believe we all remember what we did last week. So let's dive right into today's work. Okay, so today we'll be talking about functions. We touched on this briefly last week. We're working with this data again. So if you see from my data, right? Okay, I need to do something. Okay, so um, if you look at this data, I was able to add the cost of this data is about um, patients' visits to a hospital and the cost of care. What did the patients spend during their time at the hospital? And what was the outcome of their visits? Which you will see here as the outcome. Some of them were referred. Some of them, 2 people died, unfortunately. Some are under observation, right? So we want to work on the cost of what the patient spent during their time at the hospital. So we'll start with this column, right? Cost for medication. So ceftriaxone I know you all are not medical people, but I'm sure you must have heard of these names. Even if you've not, still doesn't really change anything. So um ceftriaxone is 4,000 naira, right? And then the number of medications that was used to treat this patient is five. Okay. And then the hospital bill for that's for PT 1,000. That's the ID of the patient. And then the hospital bill is 14,000. So we need to find out the bill status, um, which we're going to find out very soon. Then we need to calculate the total bill. How much did this particular patient spend in the hospital? So first of all, I already populated the. Oh, please give me a minute. I need to stop sharing now. Okay, so yeah, we're back here. So I already populated most of the functions that we've interacted with in the classroom. Sum, if, nested if, average, max, mean, count if, sum if, concatenate, split, left, right, uh, mid, round, query, VLOOKUP. Uh, I don't think Ari was mentioned, but we're going to touch that. Filter and text. So we would start with the very first one, which is sum. So if we were going to sum the cost of medication for all the patients, I want someone to unmute their mic and tell me what. Oh, Google Sheets is always betraying me. Okay, so I won't type in anything at all. Someone should unmute their mic and tell me the formula for this to calculate the total cost of medication for all the patients. Who is volunteering to do that? Nandi said is equal to total cost. Okay, who wants to try? Who else wants to try? Should I call names? Okay, Jennifer.
Okay, anytime.
Hi, Jennifer, I'm listening. Okay, Mr. Namdi says there is a gift for the correct answer. I can hear myself. Who is going first?
Are we to tell you the formula for the sum?
Yes, that is what I asked for.
All right, in Excel, okay, okay, is equal to sum and then the range of the cells. That's I can't see the distance very well. Okay, that's B2 to B sorry B F G2 to G15 in brackets.
G
Can I say something before you continue, Chika? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Chika?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, as part of our policy for our online class, once a question is asked, or when you have a question to ask, you always raise your hand. You see this icon? Can you see my hand up? You tap that button to raise your hand. It is until the facilitator calls you before you can unmute your mic and speak. So before you answer any question or before you say anything, please let's learn to raise hand. Then they will call on you to speak, so that no two persons will talk at the same time to prevent any form of interference during the meeting. I hope that makes sense. And Chika, please, I'd like your eye to be on the meet so that any hand that goes up, you can
Mm.
give them
Yes, so I
audience
was
to
actually
listen.
calling on Jennifer to speak, but
Okay. All
it
right.
took a
Thank you.
while.
And then,
Yeah,
Chika, one
thank
more thing. Chika,
Okay.
from my end,
Yes,
your, your screen is very tiny, and I believe that is the same thing that everybody's experiencing. But so what
okay.
they can do, they can zoom in their screen. I can do that from here. And you can easily do that when you are using a touch screen or when you are using your phone. You can just zoom in your screen on your phone to see Chika's screen clearly. That is one thing you can do. But for those people who are not using touch screen laptop or they are not using their phone, Chika, for that reason, you may have to zoom in your screen a little bit and always focus on the area you are talking about so that people don't have to strain their eyes to see.
Okay.
Okay, so hold control
Is
and
it
increase your
better
speed.
now?
It's better. I think it's better than before. So any area you are showing, you can now scroll to that area for people to focus on it. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So let's continue. Okay, so the correct formula is so you see that one thing about Google Sheets is that it will select it will automatically give you the right range once you start typing in. So you can see from here that it's giving us the range already, which is H2 column H15. Okay, and then close brackets. And then yes, we have the answer, right? So that is for sum. Okay. So for if we were to use the formula if, let's use the if function for the bill status. So you
So
can see,
someone's hand is up, Chika. Your eye should always be on Google Meet.
okay,
One hand is up.
sorry. Okay, whose hand is off? Tommy, okay, please go ahead.
Okay, I can't see your screen. I don't know why.
Oh, really? Is anyone having the same issue? My goodness. I think it might be from your end. Probably it's your network, Tommy. Maybe you can log off and log in again.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to repeat myself when it joins, but let's continue. So you can see from column J, right? Hospital bill. We have for the first patient, we have 3,000. Okay, if you see these, you can see that this is a bill, which is supposed to have a currency. So we also treated this last week. So I want someone to also volunteer to tell me how to add a currency to the hospital bill column. I will call names now. Alice, I've not heard your voice. I don't think I've heard your voice today.
Okay. To put the Naira sign, I think you click on view.
I should click on what?
View on the toolbar.
On view.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sure I'm supposed to highlight first.
Sorry, yes, I like it first.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, no view. Let's check format. Format, sorry.
Okay. Where should I go next?
Is this format?
What? Yes, this is format.
Okay. Sorry. Can we check data? My system just went off, so I can't do it from my own end. Okay, format. Sorry, format. Then you go under number.
Yeah. Okay. So where else are we going to next?
You click on number, ma.
Okay, I've done
Then
that.
from number, we click currency.
Okay, so I've already used Naira before, so you can see it here. So click on
Okay.
Naira and then
Yes.
populate. Thank you very much, Alice. Please
You're welcome.
mute your mic. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now let's try to use the formula if. While we're using the formula if, we want to categorize this hospital bill into three different categories. We want to see the patients that are paying high hospital bills, the patients that are paying normal hospital bills, and the patients that are paying low hospital bills. So we are going to give a condition for that. But let's start first of all. For the very first patient, we would say equal to if. So we have to give a condition, or rather a logical expression for this. And you know what we're looking for is what does this patient hospital bill, what are we going to categorize this patient hospital bill as? Is it going to be high? Is it going to be normal? Or is it going to be, or rather, is it going to be low? First of all, we're going to do high and low, first of all, okay? And then when we're using nested if, we can add an additional logical expression. So that's where we'll have high, low, and normal. So for this one, the logical expression would click on column J4. So if J4 is greater than or equal to, so I want to give a condition that any bill that is higher than 10,000 should be considered high. So if J4 is greater than or equal to 10,000, right, then it should be considered as high. I think I'm slow enough, so but if you're not following, please let me know. It should be considered as high. And if not, that is, if it's not high, then it should be considered as low. Okay. Okay, so you see what happened. The first one is low because it's less than 10,000. The second is high the second patient has a bill status that is high because it's greater than 10,000. Okay, so is there any confusion with this formula? Does everyone understand this formula? Okay, Alice says she understands. Abisola, Namdi. Festus, how about you? Emmanuel.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, Adeni, your hand is raised. Please unmute your mic.
Please, my recap. I don't understand very well.
Okay. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so you can see my formula from here. Is it clear enough to you? Let me increase it more. So you can see my formula from here. If J4 is greater than or equal to 10,000, right? What is in J4? J4 is the hospital bill of patients one, or rather, the patient ID is PT 1,000, 1,002, 1,002. Okay, if I get myself confused. Okay, so the very first patient, right? The patient has a hospital bill of, oh, that wasn't the first patient. Interesting. Okay, so let's just repeat it. Okay, let's do it again. Hope you are following me this time. So we're using the if formula. What we're trying to do here is to categorize the hospital bill of each patient into two categories. We want to see the patients that are paying high amounts of hospital bill and the patients that are paying low amounts of hospital bill, right? And we we are fixing it that anybody paying more than 10,000, 10,000 and above is paying a high hospital bill. Okay, so we have to use this function to calculate or to categorize the hospital bills of each patient. So first of all, the first thing you see here is logical expression. So for this logical expression, what do you think is going to be logical expression? We're going to say that column J2, right? If column J2, okay, someone is trying to speak.
So,
Tommy,
just for me,
I can't, you're not audible. What did you say?
You can continue. I guess he mistakenly turned on his mic.
Okay. Okay, so if column J2, which is the hospital bill of this patient, is greater than, I'm sure you know that this is the sign for greater than, right? Is greater than or equal to 10,000. Okay, so if that is if 14,000, which is the hospital bill for this patient, is greater than or equal to 10,000, then if this value is true, it should be returned as high. And remember, we have to, put the, it's a string, so it has to go with a colon, with a double quote, sorry. Yes, it has to go with a double quote. So you're going to say hi. And then if this is not true, then it should return um, low. Okay. So it's saying so it's giving us that this but my god. So it's giving us that this is high for this patient. We can just flash fill the rest. Okay. So is there any confusion? Adeni, do you understand it now? Namdi, okay, please unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you. Confirm you can hear me, please. Can you give me a reaction if you can hear me? Hi, Chidima. Happy to see you back to class. How is the network now, Chidima? Is it better? Okay. Okay, so let me lend Chika some my voice on this if statement. So the reason why I want to say this is because very soon now Chika will go, she will start doing some complex if statements which has to do with it's called nested if. Okay, Chika, please, if you are still there, I'd like you to go to total bill column. Put your cursor there and start the function again equal to. So I believe that by now everybody understands that if you want to perform any calculation on Excel or on spreadsheets or on Google Sheets, in fact any spreadsheet. So spreadsheet is a general name. It could be Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. You have to start with equality sign. That is already established. Now, the if function. Chika had also highlighted that you can use it to categorize things, and that is also used for testing conditions. In fact, most devices or most applications or programming software they have a lot of if function in the background. So in Excel or spreadsheets or Google Sheets, the if function works this way. So please put your if. Type if. Good. Open the bracket. Good. Now, just hold on there. You see that I believe everybody can see Chika's screen, right? That's right up that shows up in green. That thing is called intelligence. Alice, this your network will need to receive Jesus Christ. It needs to receive Jesus Christ as personal Lord and Savior because this network is always not allowing you to see the screen. Alice is giving me thumbs down. That means she can't see your screen. So I think you have to leave and join again, Alice. I guess the network is responsible for this. Now, that thing that pops up at the bottom or on her screen is called intelligence. Like, it's two words put together, intelligence and sense. So in computer, right, any programming language, most programming languages like VS Code, Microsoft Excel, and the rest, and Power BI, excuse me, when you are trying to type a code and it gives you a suggestion of what to put there, I can clearly hear, but it seems something is, can't see sometimes. Okay, sorry about that, Alice. It's network, like I said. It happens that the network is not strong. So now, that thing that pops up is intelligence. So I want to give you guys a secret of how to learn anything in computing yourself. Anything yourself. You learn by reading. You know, our problem in Africa is that we don't like to read. So intelligence will pop up. Yet somebody would find it disturbing. So what is this thing showing up? They want to close it without reading. So that intelligence that pops up says, when you put your if function, the next thing that follows, the logical expression that is highlighted green, that thing is called a parameter. That means the if function takes 3 parameters. You have to understand the logic, the syntax of any function in spreadsheets. So the syntax of the if function is as follows, as you are seeing it in the IntelliSense. You have to give it a logical expression. That is, what are you trying to test? Now, if that logical expression is true, if it is satisfied, the next parameter that follows is the value you would like to see on your cell if the logical expression is satisfied. What if it is not satisfied? What should happen? The next parameter that follows is the value you would like to see if the condition is not satisfied. So anytime you are using an if function, there are three parameters you are expected to give: the logical expression, the value if true, and the value if false. And you separate those parameters with comma. Thank you, Chika. Delete that in your type, Chika, and select K2 so that you can see the formula I've entered under K2. Just clear the one you've typed and select K2. And I would like everybody's eyes to go to the formula bar. Immediately she selects K2. Clear that one and select K2. So everybody's eyes should go to the formula bar. So on the formula bar, you can see that it has equal to if there's a bracket open, if K2 is greater than or equal to 10,000. That is the logical statement. So you're trying to check which of the hospital bill is equal to 10,000 or above 10,000. That's why she added those two operators, greater than, equal to. So she wants to start from 10,000 and above. So if it is 10,000 above, we want to consider it to be a high hospital bill. That means this person has spent a lot of money, according to your definition. But if it is less than that value, that means, okay, this is still low hospital bill. Now, that is the way they enter. Say, if the hospital bill, which is stored in cell L2 or K2, if it's greater than or equal to 10,000, comma, what should display? High. And that high is a string. In any computing platform or software, to represent a string, you have to put it inside double quotes. So if you don't put it in double quotes, there will be error. Error will drop. Chika, please allow us to practicalize it. Remove the double quotes.
So let me practicalize it here.
So do put the if without putting double quotes. So the reason why I want Chika to do it is because I know that there is somebody on this call that want to try it and you do that mistake. They will not put that double quotes. And then they will not see error. They say, this is not working. Then they start calling Chika at night. Hello, Chika. I tried to use that function. It's not working. And I did exactly the way you did it in class, but it's not working. They'll forget that they did not put the double quotes. So anytime you are entering string, you must put double quotes. So type it without putting double quotes for both high and low. Then press enter, and then you will see the type of error that will appear. Comma, then you put low without putting double quotes. Close the bracket and press enter. So what can we see there? Hashtag name with a question mark. If you point your arrow, it says unknown range name high. Do you see that? So that name high you have given to it, Google Sheet does not know it. It doesn't understand because it is seeing it as a variable name. The high here is seen as a variable name, and since I've not defined the variable anywhere, it doesn't know what's happening. So for you to say, okay, this is not a variable, what I'm giving you is a value, but it's a string. You have to put it inside double quotes. So the if function takes three things: the logical expression, the value if true, and the value if false. Tommy, I said that you're giving thumbs down. That's why I had to explain again. Do you understand now? If everybody on the call understands, please give thumbs up. If you still don't understand, give thumbs down. That means we organize prayer session for you. I'm just kidding.
Ami wants to say something.
Okay, Emmanuel, go ahead.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Chika.
All right. Thank you very much, Nandi, for throwing more lights on the formula, the function. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, I'll just quickly remove this one. So yes, now we're going to work with nested if. So in a case where you need to have two different logical functions, um, that is where nested if comes in. So for this first one, we use just one logical expression, right? Which is J2 greater than or equal to 10,000. So if we were to have a third category, which would make it high, normal, and low bill status, we'll need to include another logical expression. And so we can't do that with the if function. That's where we'll get to use the nested if function. So I would just delete this one. We're going to start afresh again. So let's go. Yes, so if, okay, so if J2 is greater than or equal to 10,000, then the value if true should be high, right? Remember to put your string in a quotation mark, right? In a double quote. And so we need to introduce our third, or rather our second logical expression. And so we're going to say if this same J2 is greater than or equal to, so now we're using 5,000. So if this second logic now is saying that if J2 is greater than or equal to 5,000, right, then it should return normal. Oh, Jesus Christ. Then if it's none of this, it should return low, right? So who understands this formula I just typed in? Tommy Abraham, Tommy left again. I think his network is really bad. Okay, Abisola understands. I've not entered it yet, but I want to see if you guys understand this. Adeni, okay, so let me explain this again. So we're having three categories now, and let me type the rule here so that it's clear. So anybody that has 10,000 has a bill of 10,000 and above, rather, let me say greater than 10,000. Greater than 10,000. What we should return is high, right? Then if the bill is greater than 5,000, Greater than or equal to 5,000, then it should be normal. That means the bill is normal. The person is paying normal hospital bill. So that should be the normal range of hospital bill that is being paid. Then if it's less than 5,000, right? Then the hospital bill is considerably low. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what this formula is about. So I hope it's clear now. Okay, so did anything change? Nothing changed. So it seems there's a problem with my formula. Yes, there's a problem with my formula. So if J2 is greater than or equal to 5,000, okay. Okay, I think someone is trying to say something.
Yeah, it's my hand that went up.
Okay.
So what you should do is you want to say that if it is greater than 10,000, it should be high, right?
Yes. And if it's okay, if it's less than
10,000,
10,000,
it
if
will be.
it's
So this
less
is what we start with.
and
Now you say start with the list. Start with the list. If it is less than 5,000, it should display low. Otherwise,
there's still
if
an
it
issue.
is
If it's less than 5,000, it will display low. So there's where does normal come in?
so you have to use another value. You have to use two values. You say if it is less than if it's less than 5,000, it should display low. Then if it is you say normal is what? Greater than 5,000, right?
Normal should be between the range of less than 10,000
Give a
to
range.
5 to
Give a range.
5,000.
Okay. So you say if
Yeah.
it is less than 5,000, go back to that place. The beginning. If it's less than 5,000, at the beginning, the first condition.
Okay, the first condition.
Yes. If it is strictly less than 5,000, let it be low.
Okay.
Less than, that is greater than sign. Less than 5,000, not 10,000.
Okay. If it's less than, what happened?
You've not completed it too.
If it's less than 5,000, why
It's
is it
less
saying-
than, you know,
I don't know if it's my cursor or something.
okay, it's not typing.
Yes.
Oh, the less than sign is not appearing.
Yes, that's what's happening.
Oh, I see. Or do you want to share the sheet with me? Let me type it from here.
This is strange. It was not acting like this before.
Wow, something is wrong.
Or maybe I should just start again.
Delete it. Let's see. Just delete everything. Let's see if it will work. If we start again.
J2. J2.
Less than.
Less than.
5,000,
Less than 5,000.
comma. Should display low.
No.
So let me use the opportunity to explain this now for those people who did not understand. So remember the condition. It accepts three things, right? Logical statement, what it should display if it is true. So now, if it is true that it's less than 5, it's going to display low. Now, instead of putting value if false, you put another condition because when you test three things. right? So you want test three things. So now you put on that condition. If it starts with the if again, but this time around, you don't have to put equal to again because the if is inside another if, and that's why Chika called it nested if. So if the same cell L2, J2, if the same J2 is less than 10,000,
Less than 10,000.
10,000, comma, you say normal in a bracket, then comma, otherwise it will be high, comma,
Otherwise, it is high.
it will be high.
I almost made the mistake of not including my double quotes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So that's it. So we'll now use the autofill handle to copy the formula down.
Okay, that's something I didn't do the other time. Okay, yes. So now we can see the changes. Thank you so much, Namdi, for coming through for us. Okay, so is there still any confusion with this? Should we still explain before we go to the next function? Festus, okay.
Okay, please. What I don't really understand, I noticed we used two brackets, the bigger bracket and another bracket.
Yes.
So the first bracket covers everything, while the second bracket covers only the two conditions, the normal and the high. Did
Okay,
get my
what you
question?
mean? Let me see. Yes. So let me see
Because
the
I
formula.
can't see the formula clearly.
Oh,
It's
so let
tiny.
me
I can't
increase.
see it
Can you
well.
see it now?
Yes, yes. I think I
now?
can see it now.
So you know
Yes,
we
I
have
can
a
see it now.
after this if we have a bracket. Then when we went further to include the nested if, we had another bracket. So we need to close our bracket twice. So you're going to this first one here is to close this one. Then the second one is to close the overall bracket. Do you understand it? Hi, Festus. I can't hear anybody. Hi, Festus. Can you see?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. He has given you a reaction.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, Chika.
Yes.
I see that you have already created sheets for everybody on the call. Is that correct?
Yes.
You have it for them, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. Please, before we go further, so I want us to dwell a little bit on this if. The reason is because this if function that you guys are learning now is very important. Like on a daily basis, as data analysts, you would find yourself that you're using the if function on a daily basis, and you not use this simple case of just one if. Most times you find out that you have to test a lot of conditions to get them solved. Okay, I can see that Abisola's hand is up. Chidema's hand is also up. Let's Abisola go first.
So I understood what is done here, but my challenge is, how do I know? Like, is this normal thing you reason out of your head to do, or it's fixed something that I just need to know? It's like, oh, you don't need to, you just have to know it's like that, or it's normal thing that you reason? Because to be sincere, if I don't know how to generate this, and then I don't know if it's something I should cram or something I should know or something that it will flow normally, like you will get it. Because yeah.
Good question. That was why I
Mm.
wanted to take some time from Chika's listening to say what I wanted to say. But before I answer your question, I'll allow Chidima to speak next before we answer your question. Chidima. Your mic is muted, Chidima.
Okay, from my own, I, I can speak now. I've
Yes, please.
unmoved. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear.
Okay. Mine is still so simple, just for you to repeat again, because I did not really get how we started from, as in the formula. I was having a little network problem.
Okay, no problem. Sorry. First is your hand went up before, but you brought it down. Are you okay now? Are you fine? Or do you still want to ask question? Or was that a mistake?
Yes, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I was reasoning this thing, the formula. I noticed that in the first formula, when you have J2 less than 5,000, I also noticed that you also use less than 10,000. But when I think through it, I now understand why.
The logic. All right. So that is the same logic I wanted to speak to concerning Abisola's case. So Abisola, if you see the logic that Chika used before, it did not work out, right? Now, until we now had to change the flow, then it worked. So I want us, Chika, please, you bear with me. This if function has to be very clarified before we move on. So I want us to create a problem for ourselves now on this call, and then we're going to solve that problem. So in creating the problem, Chika, please, you allow me to share my screen briefly, very briefly. Let me take like 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Sorry, pardon me for that, class. Please, I hope you guys pardon me, and Chika, please pardon me. Make an nervous. Now, let me share the screen, okay? Let me share the screen. Everybody will participate in this one. Every single person, because we need to be on the same page. But once we move on from this one, right, the next thing, you will have to begin to apply this if, and everybody must know how to do it. So let's assume that we have names. Can you also see my screen? And I hope my screen is clear, as in is good enough. Okay, good. Let me increase it a little bit. Aha, perfect. This is really big. So let's say we have name. Come, this computer should behave itself. Name and score. And then we have grade. So watch this. Watch this. So please, who is our class captain in this class? I think Abisola is the class captain. So Abisola, don't worry, be the class captain. I know when you were in secondary school, you used to be class captain. The way I'm looking at your face like this. So just call the first name, people's name that you can see on the screen, and I'll populate it here. I'll start with the name Abisola. Then who's the next person? I can see first two. So who's the next person? Your mic is muted, Abisola.
Alice.
Okay, Alice. Then who's the next person?
Adeniyi.
Huh?
Adeniyi.
Okay, Adeniyi.
Yeah.
Next.
Chidima.
Next.
Ame.
Next.
Yeah. Jennifer.
Next.
Winifred.
Next.
Namdi.
Next.
Yeah.
Chika.
Yeah.
Emmanuel. There's one Emmanuel.
Yeah, Emmanuel is Ame.
Let me call them Emmanuel 1. So there are 3 Emmanuels in this class.
There's another Emmanuel, yeah.
Yes, we have 3 Emmanuels in this class. So now we have plenty of Emmanuels. I mean, God is with us. So, hey, this class is good. So let's say these are all the people's, the students' name in the class, right? Now, I want to, please, whatever, let me quickly give this disclaimer. Whatever score appears against your name, it is not your score because we want to randomly generate the numbers now. So I want to randomly generate a number. That's a function in, although I don't intend to teach you random, but you will learn it because I want to use it now. There's a function in spreadsheet. It is called rand between. So I want to randomly generate a number, rand between, this is the function here, rand between. So it randomly generates integers between two numbers, inclusive. Rand between, let's run between 30, no, let's run between 20 and 100. So I'm creating a random number between 20 and 100 inclusive. So I'm going to copy the formula across everybody's name up to this point. Okay, so I'll copy this score, I'll copy it and paste it here. I'm pasting values only. Then I'll delete this score. So let's assume that these scores we have here, they are the scores of the students. They took a test and then they had these scores, right? Now, we want to grade them. We want to know whether the person got excellent, excellent, very good, good, which one again? After good is what? Fair or poor, right? Please, so let's work together. What range of grades should you give excellent? No, let's start from, no, let's start from, is it fair? No, let's say fail. After good, wait, after good.
Excellent. We can say excellent, good, fair, and fail.
Okay, excellent, good, fair, and fail, right? Okay, we just want to use these 4 conditions. I'd have loved the condition to be much. Well, it's not bad.
Yeah, it would be good if it's 5.
Okay, let's say very good, right?
Okay.
Good, fair, and fail. Okay, now this is
Why can't you use pass?
Pass for which one? Okay, for fair, right?
Pass. For fair, yes.
Okay, perfect. So what is the range for excellent?
Excellent is 80 to 100.
80 to 100. Then very good.
60 to 70.
Or 75 to 80. Or 70 to 80.
70 to 8 to 79.
70 to 80. Then
You have
very
80 twice.
good.
You can't have 80 twice.
I know, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Then good is what?
Okay. Good is 60 to 70.
60 to 70. Then pass. This
50
pass.
to
Are you sure good is not start from 50 like this?
Yeah, good is from 50.
Good.
Or
good
40.
is not-
pass
60
is
to-
50
no, no, no.
now. 50
Good
to it's
I
fair.
think
Then fair is anything less than 50.
Okay, should we say pass is 52?
No, no,
50
pass
Good
starts
is from
49, sir.
50. Good is
Pass
from
starts
50.
49.
Yeah, pass start from 49.
Okay, passes. So let's say passes from
49.
is it 49 or 40?
30 to 49.
Wow.
49,
Okay, 30.
49.
30 to 40, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
49.
49.
Oh, 49.
Hmm.
That would be 50 now.
No,
Then that means
good is 50 to 70 or whatever.
50 to
but-
70 is fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Then fail is less than 30, right?
Yes.
Good. Now, we want to look at this condition. So whenever you want to use nested if, the logic is that start testing from the list. Don't start testing from the highest. So I want to start testing from the list. So I would say if equal to, if this grade here, if this score that is in B2, if it is less than 30, what should happen? What do I want to see? What do you want to see? You want to see what? Fail, right?
Fail.
So you put fail in this double quotes. So if it is less than 30, please show me fail. So what if it's not less than 30? What should it show me? So instead of saying show me pass, right? On a good day, this is how the function would look like, right? Just two conditions, and then it's either it shows me fail or pass. So all of these people, they passed because it's more than 30. Then this one's failed. But what if I want to consider all the whole conditions and not just not those two? So instead of putting pass here, I'll have to continue my other conditions. So I will now put if again. So now I'm substituting the pass with another condition that I want to test. If the same B2, is less than, now listen carefully. So do we want to capture 30 now? Okay, in the first case, so is 30 pass or fail? If somebody scored 30, is the person pass or fail?
Pass.
Okay, the person passed if the person scored 30, right? By our condition. So since the person passed, it means that here, for the second condition, I have to put equal to. So the first condition, I didn't put equal to because I want it to be that the person actually scored less than 30, which means the person failed. But if I want to capture 30 as part of pass, I have to include equality sign to my less than. So I'm saying if B2 is less than or equal to 30, then what should it show me? It should show me pass. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? So now, so instead of putting the pass as a parameter, I have put the pass by testing another condition. So instead of concluding here, putting what if it doesn't, what if it's not less than 30? Instead of saying show excellence or something, I'll put another condition again. I'll say if, open your brackets, the same B2, this time around, want to capture for good, right? So what will it be? Who wants to help me out? What will it be? Okay, Festus, please go ahead.
We'll say if B2 is less than or equal to 50.
Beautiful, because we want to capture 50 as good. So we have to put the equal to sign, less than or equal to 50, comma, what should it show us? Good. Then
Good.
instead of ending it with, I will put another if again. Are you guys seeing the flow? Then if the same B2 is what now? Less than or equal to 70. What do I want to see? I want to see very good. So this time around, because I've got to the last condition, right? Which is for excellent. I can just end it with say excellent. I don't know if that makes sense. I can end it with excellent because I've gotten to the last condition. Now, okay, Chidima, before I go ahead, let me hand this up. Let me hear your question.
Okay. Assuming you still put if again, will it still work?
Yes, it will work. It will work. So even if I put if again, if B2 is less than or equal to 80, excellent, it will work. But since, of course, if I see this one, it will work. So that means what Google Sheet will do is Google Sheet will start. When Google Sheet see the first number in B2, it will first test this first condition. If the condition is true, it will display fail. If it's not true, it will test the second condition. If it is true, it will display pass. If it's not true, it will test the third condition. If it is true, it will display good. If it's not true, it will test the next condition. If it's true, it will display very good. If it's not true, it will display excellent. So you know, if all the conditions are not true, it means that that number is above 70. Then it displays excellent. So at this point, you have to now close all your brackets. Okay, Winifred, your hand is up. Do you have a question for me?
So are we to always start from the lowest? Not you cannot start the other way around, like from the highest.
Okay, so I will tell you why it will not work if you start from the highest. This is the reason why it will not work. Okay, let's conclude this one. Let me close all my brackets. And before I'll now answer that your question. So we have closed this. Now watch my cursor. When I click here, you will see that this bracket and this bracket are highlighted together. Watch. Can you see it? This bracket and this bracket. They will be highlighted together. Watch you. When I close another bracket, the second bracket has been highlighted. True? When I close the third bracket, that has been highlighted, and then the fourth one. So the number of brackets you open will depend on the number of brackets you will close. Then hit enter. Now we have done our calculation. So let's check if it is if our logic is correct. C87, it says excellent. Is it correct? If it's correct, give me thumbs up. C38, it says good. Is it correct? Based on our logic, 38 says good. Is it correct? Wait, 38 is good. Is 38 supposed to be good?
No.
No, 38 is not supposed to be good though. 38 is supposed to be pass because it's become, wait, how will it show good? Less than, oh, I see. I know why 38 shows good. 38 is showing good because these two conditions are contradicting themselves. You can say I said if B3 is less than 30, show me fail, right? So, and then I said if B3 is less than, show me fail. So I'm supposed to show good. This is supposed to show me, it's supposed to show me pass. I know why. So because I have said when it's less than 30, it should show me fail. But if it is less than 50, so I'm supposed to use 50 here. Sorry, this one is supposed to be 50. This is supposed to be 50. Please, this is a mistake. 50 and not 30. This is supposed to be 50. This is supposed to be strictly less than 50. 50. This one is supposed to be strictly less than 70. This is supposed to be less than 80. And the next one is what? Excellent. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Now, 87 is excellent and it worked. 38 is supposed to be pass, which is correct. I will explain how I corrected that error. 38 is pass, which is what? Correct. It's in the range, right? Give me thumbs up. 81 is excellent and it falls in the range. 90 is excellent and it falls in the range. 86 is excellent and it falls in the range. 46 is pass and that falls in the range. 20 is fail and that is in the accurate range. 23 is fail, and if you check everything true, you can see that it is now arranged well. So the reason why 38 was showing good before was because I was testing the same value here, which is not correct. I wasn't supposed to test the same value there. Let me bring this in low so that I can see it even when I click on my formula. So here, if it's less than 30, it should show fail, which is actually correct. Then if it is less than 50, it should show pass, because we said that pass should be between 30 and 50. Are we following? So if it's less than 50, it should show pass. If it is less than 70, it should give me very good. So if it's less than 70, it should give me good, rather. Less than 70, it should give me good. If it's less than 80, it should give me very good. And if it's not, it should give me excellent. So back to Winifred's question. Now, if you start with the highest, 100, Winifred, listen carefully. If you say 100, Do you want to say if it's less than 100 or you want to say if it's greater than 100? Winifred, what's the first
Less
sign? Do you
than.
want to use? Yeah?
Less than.
Okay. Hey, my laptop is going low. So if you say it's less than 100, right? It should give you what? It should give you what? What should it give you?
That excellent.
Excellent.
Mm.
Now, do you know what
Yes.
will happen? Everything will be excellent. Let's quickly try it. Let's try it
Okay.
really quick. I'll say equal to if B2 is less than 100, comma, give me excellent, comma, if B2 is less than what now? What's the next one?
80.
Hmm?
80.
Okay, 80. So what should they give me?
Very
Very
good.
good. And comma, if B2
Less
is
than
less than what now?
70.
70. What should they give me?
Good.
Good. And then if B2 is less than
Less than 50.
50, pass. And
Less
if
than, okay, 30.
B2 is less than 30,
Fail.
fail,
Yes.
fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, right? Watch. See, excellent all through. Even before I did the code, I know it to give me excellent everything. So how do I know? I know it to give me excellent because it is testing this condition first for all the numbers. So when it tested this condition, the function sees that it's less than 100. It will display excellent. When it tests this condition, it sees it's less than 100. It will display excellent. So it doesn't test these other conditions, Winifred. It will not test others. It's only testing the first one and it's giving you the output for the first one because it's satisfied. So that's why you have to start from the smallest. So since we're starting from the smallest here, if it tests the smallest, if it doesn't satisfy, it will go and test the second one. If it's not satisfied, it will go to the next one, until it captures everything. Yes, first your hand is up.
I observed something
Okay.
in your formula.
Mhm.
I noticed that when you open a bracket, you don't close immediately, and towards the end, you now have four closed brackets.
Yes.
What if you open and close immediately, then have a bigger bracket after the first if to close, and will it work that way?
No, it's not work. Because if you close it, you are telling Excel that you are done with your function, your formula.
Okay.
That's what the
So,
close means. Close
and you
means that
cannot close with one towards the third end. I noticed
no,
you
you
close
can't.
with four.
You have to
Okay,
close the number of
all
brackets that you open.
you opened. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So please, I hope we understand the logic now. Do we understand the logic? Please give me a reaction if you understand the logic. Good. So it's very, very important to understand the logic because if you don't understand the logic, like I love the way Winifred talked about it, you'll be doing a wrong calculation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know that this is the way WAEC usually grade your exam. They put if function to tell you whether you got an A1, a B2, a B3, a C4, a C5, a C6, D7, E8, or F9. This is the function they put, and they use a range of value to display what grade that you got for a particular subject. All right, with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to okay, please, Shika. Thank you very much. I've done my job.
Thank you very much, Namdi. Thank you very much and well done. Okay, so let's move on. We just have 30 minutes to the end of this class, and we have a whole bunch of things we haven't done. but we'll continue on Saturday, right? So, yes, let me share my window again. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? All right, thank you. I don't know what's wrong with this one. So let's continue. Let's go to the next formula, which is average. This one is really easy. So I'm going to ask someone to give me the average of the total hospital bill. Okay, so who is going to go next? Who is going to tell us? Okay, let me call on Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer, please tell us, how do we calculate the average of the total hospital bill for all the patients?
Okay, sum, then we are going to write sum.
No, I mean, sorry, how do you calculate the average of the
equals to average, then open bracket, the first cell, that's um, J J2 down to the last cell, which is
J15, right?
J15, yes, J15.
Okay, so let's go. All right. Okay, so this is the average of the total hospital bill. Nice. So I'll jump to, I want to jump to round, since we have a figure with a decimal. So let's try out this formula. So this formula called round, it helps to round a figure to a whole number. You know, this nine thousand two hundred and 9,285, right, is the whole number. Then .714286 is the decimal. So if you don't want to see all of these decimals, you can now use the formula round to say equal to round. Why is it covering this? Okay. So equal to round J16. That's where we have this figure, right? Then we'll close brackets. So you see what happened? It has rounded this figure to 9,286. So I hope we got that clear. That's clear, right? Is there any confusion there? Okay, thank you, Winifred. Thank you, Abisola. Chidima. Okay, Chidima did not get it. Chidima, please unmute your mic.
Come again.
All right, let me do that. Oh, scroll keeps coming in. Okay, so let me quickly wipe this off. So the idea is, let's say we have this whole with this kind of figure where we have whole number with decimals, right? And then we want to see just the whole numbers. Let's say we have 100 and 100.25. because that's how it's pronounced. Anything after the decimal, call it one by one. It's no longer together. So 100.25. If we have 100.25, I want to round it up to 100, right? We'll use the function round. So we want to round this figure now to just the whole number, which should be 9,285. So we'll say equal to round. So you can see here, round a number according to standard rules. Yes, so we click on it and then we would pick this cell where we have the figure, which is J16, and then we close the brackets and equal to. So you can see that it has brought out just the whole number for us, which is 9,286. Chidima, is that clear? Hi, Chidima. Okay. So I can move on now, right? Okay, so let's go to the next thing. Which is max. Okay, so this is also very easy. Let's say we want to find out the maximum number. We want to find out the maximum or the highest bill that is being paid by the patient. So that's where we use this max formula. So we say equal to max. So it says maximum value in a numeric data set. And then you can see we have to select a value, right? And then it's already suggesting for us. So we have to select this range from J2 to J15, right? And then it will bring out the maximum amount that is being paid, which is 14,000. So what it's trying to do is that, okay, we have a patient that paid 7,000, right? 7,000 naira. There's a patient that paid 3,000 naira. There's a patient that paid 14,000 naira. There are so many patients that paid 14,000 naira. There are so many patients that paid 7,000, some paid 5,000. But we want to find out what is the highest amount of hospital bill that any patient that has visited this hospital has paid, and that is 14,000. Yes, so this is how we're able to arrive at 14,000. So we just use this formula to search for the highest amount of hospital bill being paid. So if we want to do the same for the lowest amount of hospital bill being paid, we say equal to low, equals to minimum, So that's minimum value in a numeric data set, the minimum value in a numeric data set. So we'll choose minimum and then select the range once again. So what is the minimum amount of hospital bill that is being paid in this hospital? That is 3,000. Is it clear? Is there any confusion? Okay. Winifred. Hi, Winifred. Please unmute your mic.
Yeah, please, I wanted to ask. So what if you want to know how many people paid that maximum number, that 14,000? Like
Okay.
the number of how many people?
Okay, that's where we use the count formula.
Okay.
Yes, so we'll get to that shortly. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is count. Yes. So count comes in when we want to count the number of cells that has the data. right? We want to count the number of cells that holds that data. So let's say, for example, let's use this number of medications because I feel like it will be very clear for us if we use this one. So equal to count. So count is what the number of numeric values in a data set. Yes. So if we should pick this, we already know that we have 14 columns altogether. And you see that that's what it will bring out for us. So you see, it's counting the cells. It's not necessarily counting, oh, let's say 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 5. That would be if you're summing it up, right? So here it's counting the number of cells in that range that you selected. If I should select, let me change this now. If I should select, let's say I2 to let's say to I9, right? It's going to return 8, which is I2 to I9 is 8 columns altogether. Do you understand? So that's what count does. And then if we want to try to count if, okay, someone is raising their hand. Let me see. Adeni and Chidima. Okay, Adeni, go first.
Yeah, please recap that this thing, the can't issue, because I don't understand. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you don't understand the count. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how about you, Chidima? Is it the same thing?
Yes, the same thing, ma'am.
Okay. So, let me think of a better way to explain this. Okay, so we have altogether 14 patients, right? We have altogether 14 patients in this hospital or that's visited this hospital. And we want to count the number of medications, or rather the number of times that these people took medications in this hospital. So the first patient took 5 ceftriaxone, right? 5 ceftriaxone. And the count formula is counting it as 1, right? So everything here, each cell is being counted as 1. Each cell is being counted as 1, regardless of the figure that is there. So it's counting the cell, not the figure inside, right? If we should type the formula equal to count, you would see it says the number of numeric values in a data set, right? The number of numeric values, that's the number of cells in this range that has been selected, the number of cells in this range that has been selected, that is what it's counting. Okay, so now I'm selecting this range. Okay, let's try it in this other column as well so that you can see. Let me wipe this off. Let me wipe this off. Okay, so I want to do this here also for the hospital bill. So equal to counts. Yes, and then we're selecting the range of the hospital bill. It's still returning 14. So you can see that it's counting the number of cells in the range that was selected. Is there still any confusion? Okay. So, okay, let me say, for example, let me delete from here down, control. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. Mm. So let's do this. Let's also count this column as well. Now that we've removed um, some of the cells. And so we're going to select the range again. So you see it's bringing out what 10 because 3 of those rows or rather those cells in the range doesn't have any data. So it's not counting those cells. It's only counting the cells that has data in it within the range that was selected. Okay. Fine. So let's try to do the count if. So the counts, if it says a conditional count across a range. Okay, let's see. So here you're raising your hand. Okay. Okay. What's the name? The mosquitoes. Hi. Jesus Christ. Big ones for that matter. Okay, so yeah, let me see. Count this. So we use count if we want to include a condition. We want to include a condition. That is where we make use of count if. I don't know why this thing keeps. So you can see what it's suggesting for us. So let's use what Google is selecting for us. It's saying that count if we select the range from J2 to J15, yeah, and then if it's less than 0. So we want to count this range if it's greater than 0, right? So let's try it and see what it's going to give us. So it's going to give us 14. Okay. So let's see if we say it's no, this is a very high value. Okay, let's say it's greater than 7,000. Let's see what happens. 6. What does that mean? It's saying that if the value we have in each of these cells is greater than 7,000, then it should be counted. 14,000 is greater than 7,000, so it's counted. 7,000 is less than is equal to 7,000, so it will not be counted because what we asked is for it to be greater than, so it will not be counted. 3,000 is less than, so it will not be counted, right? So what cells will be counted? J2 will be counted, J5, J6, J8. That's how many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then let's go down 5 and 6. So you can see from here that what Google should give us is correct, right? So it counted only those 6 cells that had um, numeric files that are greater than 7,000. I see someone is raising their hand. Someone is raising their hand. Okay, Nandi. Our boss wants to ask us question. Okay.
Okay. So The speaker. Okay, so this is where we can also answer Winifred's question. Remember the question Winifred asked the other time when Chika did maximum of the hospital bill. When Winifred said, "What if we want to know how many people got paid that maximum amount?" I don't know. I love to think about difficult things whenever I think about life. So I want to think about something difficult now. So what if, let's say you have a large data set, something that is very large, and you cannot use your eye to screen to know what is the maximum, but you want to know how many people paid the maximum amount. Can somebody think of a way to write it, combining the max that Chika has taught you and the count if function you just learned? How can you combine the max and the count if to know how many people paid that maximum hospital bill? There is a gift for that person. T and C apply. T and C apply. So who wants to try? Okay, Chidima wants to try. So Chika, please get set to type. Oh yeah, Chidima. Let me hear you, Chidima.
Okay.
So Chika,
question is how many persons paid the highest amount?
Yes,
right?
so you write a formula. Type it in
Okay.
O2.
Counts.
I want us to be seeing everything. Hold on. Chika, please go to O2. Cell O2. Cell O2. Good. Scroll to cell O2. Choose there. Chidima, go ahead.
Okay, count if.
So she will no Chika, type what she says. She didn't say equal to. Okay, equal to.
Equals to
count.
Type
it. Count if.
Bracket open.
Bracket open.
J. J2.
J2.
Is greater or equal to 7. The highest figure is equal to 14,000.
Remember that you don't know the highest figure. The picture I painted, the data is large. It's like hundreds of thousands. You don't know it. So how can you put it in the formula? You don't know it.
Well, you have an idea now what.
So you don't have idea. In real life, you don't have the idea. Okay, Abisola wants to try. Let's hear Abisola.
So, with my little understanding, me, I will just do Ojuru.
Okay.
First thing I will do is ask for max. I will do the max. So I already know the max in my head like that.
Where's the
and
max?
Then I will do. I will highlight the hospital bill.
Okay.
And look for max.
Okay, with the max function, right?
With the max function, yeah. Okay. So already I will know the max. Then I will just do count if, and I'll put the max inside.
Okay, you put the max inside. Beautiful. So now, to now be a smarter data analyst, how can you combine that max function that you just used with this count if, apart instead of doing it separately? Can anybody think about it? Going one, going two. Okay, first just want to try.
I will do count equals to count if.
Shall I type it? Go ahead.
Brackets max.
Zika, delete the type max.
Then bracket close.
Bracket close. No, say close. It not say open. Say
okay, no.
close.
No, sorry. Close the bracket. clean the
This is
bracket.
this is a
And the
function.
max,
You go
bracket
scatter
max.
this.
No, remove the last bracket. Sorry.
Okay, read the last bracket.
Bracket. Then if, when I equals to if count if, then bracket max. Then I'll choose the range.
Okay, choose the range. Chika, choose the range. J2 to J15, I think. Yes.
Then I'll close.
Close it.
Yeah.
Close the bracket, Chika. Is that all? Do you want her to press enter?
Yes.
I press enter. Let's see. Ah, this one is NO error. I don't need wants to try. I don't need wants to try. I don't need. Please let's see you, Chika.
Yeah. I will press equal to count if open bracket.
Open bracket.
I will not choose the range.
The range. Chika, choose the range.
To J15.
Yeah.
I'll close bracket again.
Close the bracket. What else?
Otherwise, mass.
This see once you close brackets, function not finish.
No. God.
Okay, Winifred wants to try. After Winifred, I will say the answer if nobody is getting it. Winifred, let's hear you.
Okay, that's equals to the count if then open bracket the J2 to J15.
Just type that one.
Then comma.
Comma. Okay, let's have it. Comma.
Then the max.
The max.
Then open bracket again.
Then open brackets.
J2 to J15.
J2 to J5. Winifred, I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
No.
I'm just joking. You know.
And I think that because since you said we'll combine both, that's why I just.
Okay, I'm just joking. I close the bracket. Close the bracket. I should you close the bracket, right?
And yes, we'll close the bracket.
How many brackets you closing? 1 or 2?
I think 1.
1? Okay, Chika, press enter. Let's see.
Mommy. Oh no, sorry, it's 2. It's 2. I don't even know.
The thing actually did it for you. It closed the second bracket for you. It's 2 brackets. Oh, let's give Winifred a hand of applause. Winifred. Hi, the team pay me. Oh. I would have given you these gifts, but the terms and conditions is that it's only the people in Nigeria.
No problem.
So guys, do you understand the logic? So this tells you that you can combine multiple functions in one. So Abisola got the answer, but she's doing it separately. Now to be a smarter data analyst, just put all in one. Call the mass function inside the count if function, and then the question that Winifred asks is already answered. Does that make sense? All right, Chika, thank you for allowing me to steal some of your time again.
Okay, so we have a few minutes left. Let's try to replicate this. Abisola wants to say something. Okay.
So I just want to ask a question or to be cleared about something that just came to my head now. So it means that we can actually put any function inside another function and it's going to work, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as the logic is correct.
It's in line with each other. Okay.
Okay, so let me go back to. So since we've been able to do this, I think we should just try to do it again. Let's count let's count the number of patients, that have low hospital bill, right? Since we've done it for high, let's try to replicate it again. So equals to count is open brackets, and then we pick, just in case someone did not get it, then we pick the cell, the range, and then we use the max function because we want to select the, or rather, mean, not max this time, because we want to select the number of patients that paid minimum amount of hospital bill. So we're going to select the range again. What happened? My range is not select properly. Close bracket. Let's see what it gives us. So it's just one. Okay. Yeah, because that's because 3,000 appeared just once, right? So it's just one. Okay, so I hope that is clear to everyone. Okay. Time is up. Should we still continue? Let's continue on Saturday. So from on Saturday, we'll start with sum if down to VLOOKUP and the rest. Okay. So does anyone have any question? Just in case you are not cleared for any of the functions we've worked with today and you didn't point that out before. Okay, so yeah, thank you all very much for staying to the end of the class, and we'll continue on Saturday. So for the meantime, let's go through all these the functions that we've worked with today.